Who is Dex Heller on General Hospital, and what's in his backstory to explain his strange behavior recently? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Check out the latest in our video update about this mystery man in Port Charles. This is the transcript of our GH video about Dex and his strange ties to Michael and Sonny both. Check out all our soap spoilers and updates by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Hey there, ABC soap opera fans. This is Soap Dirt on YouTube. And we want to talk today real quick about who is Dex Heller because he is moving more and more into front burner storylines. But there is still so much mystery around his backstory that it has created a lot of questions about exactly who he is and what his ultimate agenda is. Because right now, it seems like he is acting on someone else's behalf. But could there be more motivation for what he's doing than we have seen exposed so far on GH? So we're gonna dig in, and we're gonna talk about that real quick. Now let's dig into who is Dex Heller. We first met Dex on May 5th, 2022. He's played by Evan Hofer, and he's definitely a hottie. And now that he's got a lover on the show, we're getting to see that physique on display pretty often on General Hospital. So he is almost at a year. He's gonna hit a year on the soap during May sweeps. But still, we're waiting on a lot of information. It has come out little by little in dribs and drabs, but with no specific info. We're hoping to hear about whether he has a backstory that ties to existing characters already on the canvas. Is he related to someone in Port Charles, or is he just this independent agent who's carrying things out? So one of the first things we learned about him is that he is an Army veteran, and he had several close calls when he was in the military. And then we find out later that, Brick, played by Stephen A. Smith, was poking around into his backstory. He found he had a dishonorable discharge for assaulting an officer. And at a glance, of course, that sounds really bad. But in fact, when it came out, he admitted to Sonny Corinthos that his CO was abusive, not only to the soldiers in the program, but he was abusive to his own family. And so he assaulted him basically as punishment for his behavior. So his mob boss totally gets that because he grew up as an abused kid, as we're told on General Hospital. The other thing that we know for certain about Dex's background, in addition to him being discharged and him being a veteran, is that he had two older brothers that relentlessly tormented him when he was young. He was hospitalized 5 times for things they did to him. But his parents brushed it off with a, "Oh, boys will be boys" attitude. Sure, boys will be boys. But when boys assault other boys, and they're hospitalized 5 times, doesn't it seem like as a parent you need to step in? And so Dex has this really toxic family, and he enlisted in the military to get away from them. This is something else he has in common with Sonny. If you remember Corinthos' backstory back in Bensonhurst, New York, he had a very abusive stepdad growing up. And Sonny is still scared and tormented by that. So he's a veteran. He also was an MMA fighter. And then after he got out of the military, he turned mercenary. So when he first came to town, he had scored a gig managing Volanino's gym, which Chet Driscoll, played by Chris Van Etten, had managed it, and he is a fellow military veteran. You may remember that Chris Van Etten is a real-life war veteran who is a double amputee, and they address that and his amputee status as a character for a while on General Hospital. He was the brother of Amy Driscoll, who's a nurse at GH. So we found out that he got the gym gig, and then he worked his way into getting a position working for the mobster. And the whole reason that it looks like he's wormed his way closer to Sonny is because of Michael Corinthos. Because Michael hired him to target his dad. Michael wants to punish him. He wants to take everything from his adoptive father. It sounds like he almost wants him in prison as well, because of Sonny choosing Nina Reeves over Carly Corinthos and the breakup of the marriage. So it's all just very messy, messy. And we have to question if there is more to Dex's backstory than just him being a veteran and a former fighter. And now he is on Michael's payroll. Is there some kind of tie? A lot of people wonder if there is a tie between Dex and his mob mentor that has nothing to do with Michael. So the other thing that has gone on about Dex, and in terms of who his Dex is, he was at one time suspected to be the Hook Killer. Do you remember that? Dex Heller saved 2 of the first 3 victims of the Hook Killer. The first victim was Ava Jerome, who was attacked at the Quartermain picnic. And then Diane Miller was attacked at Brando's garage at the Time on General Hospital. Dex was at the picnic.